progress.
Hey, yeah, Melvin, can you hear me? Ah, there you are. Okay, can you hear me and see me? Okay, all right, awesome. All right, I what? Yeah, so I can just, well, I'll start by asking you to go ahead and tell me kind of where you are. I know this is our first time meeting, so I'd love to just get to know a little bit more about your goals, where you're headed, and where you are in the program. So let's start there. Okay. 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 Good. Awesome. Okay. 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 Oh. Well, sometimes, oh yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll come back to that. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. 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 Good. Okay. Okay. That's great. Okay. Well, let's start there. So yeah, so we'll go over all of these because I have some questions for you as well, but let's address these. Let's one, make sure you know how to get into publishing.ai. Can you pull up your publishing accelerator dashboard? And if you would share your screen with me when you've got it up, and we'll take a look at it. Um, if you hit the share button in the bottom of your Zoom screen, there's a green square. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's okay. It'll pull up another menu. Click, does it say like share entire screen? Okay, so click on that and then you should hit share again. There's another share button. You have to hit share one more time. There we go. Now it's coming up. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So your topic research. So that's great. And then, oh, yeah, if you could expand that so I can see the whole thing. You might just have to drag like mouse and like drag it because I don't see the button to expand it for some reason. Oh, the square up by the X should do it. That square. There you go. Okay, perfect. All right. All right. So there's your publishing accelerator right there. So click on that, click on access. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you scroll down on this, yeah, scroll down. Yep, keep going. You keep going. Right there, stop. Okay, just to the right. Oops, go back up. Go back a little bit. You went a little too far. Okay, right there. There it is. Yeah, so click on that. Okay. But this will take you directly into, so now you need to log in, and it's the same password that you have for your accelerator. But it should say log in, not start trial. Do you see a login button? Yeah, there should be a login. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So let's just take a look at it. Once you get, so you got to this screen, were you able to log in? Well, let's see. If you scroll down, I can only see, it cuts it off for me a little bit, so I can't see all the way to the bottom. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, okay. All right, there you are. You're in because I see new projects. There you go. So maybe it was just thinking, logging you in. Oh, okay. Okay. And this is it. Yep. And so this is your dashboard. And if you go down below where it says projects, you can start a new project. You can click new project. And then you can name it. So whichever book you want to focus on, you can name it. So if it's, yeah. And then yeah, you can hit click, yeah, get started. And then if you want, you can go back to that main page and watch that little video that kind of was a walkthrough if you want. So this right, not the workshop one, but just on that homepage where you put in your project name, there's a little video that just kind of, it's just like a short tutorial, but you can watch it. You don't have to watch it right now. You can watch it later. But I do encourage you to check out the videos in here. Um, yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, it'll show you about what the topic idea, what that offers. But yeah, each section has a video associated with it. So if you scroll down, so this is where you could do some topic research, but since you already have your topic, we won't mess with this today. But if you want to kind of try to come up with some other topics or brainstorm, you can use this topic idea section. But if you scroll down where it says, okay, so under create, it says already have a topic, then it says, if so, skip this step. So just skip the step for now because you already have your topic. And then this will take you into your customer research. So this is how you generate your customer research, which is, so let me ask you this. So you said when you started, you were kind of starting in the middle of the program because you already had a book and you got your audiobook published or almost published. So did you watch the lessons in the beginning of the program? Did you go back and watch? Okay. 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 Perfect. Okay. Well, this right here starts module three. So module three starts with customer research because module two is really all about topic research and finding a topic. Module three starts customer research. So that would be a good place for you to pick back up because that's exactly where you are. So yeah, so you put in your book topic, which would be, the biology of communism, basically, because it's your topic, not your title. Yeah, yeah. And then you would put your target demographic, to generally speaking. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like here it's like adults, women, kids. So if it's just adults, you could do just adults if it's not towards men or women or anything like that. Now, here is where you find books on Amazon that are similar, and you enter in there those ASIN numbers, which Brian should have taught. I'm sure Brian talked about in the video in the AI workshop. So you can, and we can kind of walk through that now if that would be helpful. We can kind of walk through, how to find those ASINs. So what you would have to do is go into a separate window, like open up a new window in your browser. You can do it with, you could open up new tab, just where it says new tab, just do new tab. And now go ahead and just go into Amazon.com. Yeah, just go ahead and enter. And then once you get in there, go under books. And then you can, whatever, does this come up under socialism books or communism books or, historical, like whatever the topic. Okay, yeah, that's right. So evolutionary biology. Yeah. Uh-huh. Right. I mean, it gives you some idea as to like, yeah, it doesn't, I mean, for what we're doing now, it doesn't matter. I mean, it gives you some insight into how many times people are searching on this topic. Um, so people are looking up evolutionary biology a lot more than they're looking up evolutionary biology books, but that's because a lot of times if you're under the book category, you're not typing in the word book, right? So you can, but yeah, so it just gives you a sense of how often people are searching on that topic. Well, for now, just go in because what you have to go into KB5. For this step, we don't need to go into Katie Spy. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down, and what you want to try to find are books that you think are similar to the type of book you're looking to create. So ideally, like bestsellers in this space. Okay. Okay. So you can scroll down. Well, you can click on that one if you want. Click on the step-by-step evolution. And then scroll down. And I'll show you where you can find the ASIN. So keep scrolling. You're going to go down to where you see product details, which is down a little further. Right there. You see the product details coming up on the left side there? Down a little further below those books. It's the next section that's about to pop up. There you go. There. But that first line there is the ASIN. So what you want to do is you want to copy that. You want to just drag your mouse over it and copy it. Like put your mouse on it and right click usually works. There you go. Yeah, and then right click and copy. Let's try it again. I don't copy. Did it copy? It did? Okay. So then go back to the publishing.com tab that's open. There you go. There you go. All right, now you're just going to right click. You're just going to, yep, and hit the comma. There you go. Yeah, exactly. So you're just going to repeat that process for, it says, now if you can't find the ASIN, you can use the ISBN. Sometimes you won't be an ASIN on certain books. So you can use the ISBN, which is also in that product details information. And you can, usually we recommend like maybe 6 to 8 books. When you're running this, we recommend you try to find about 6 to 8 books to include. Once you have all of those ASIN numbers copied into the tool, then that's when you hit create and it will run your customer research. Okay. And we usually recommend running them. You might use some different books. You might, you might kind of play around with, oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, we usually recommend about 6 to 8 books that you put the ASIN numbers in for about 6 to 8 books, something like that. You can go a little bit less if you want, or a little more, but 5, 6, something like that. Get those in there. And you want to try to get books that have as many reviews as possible. So look at some of these books, look which ones are bestsellers, look which ones have good reviews, or have a lot of reviews. And then once you have like 6 books that you found, then you hit create, and that will run your customer research report. And then we recommend you go in and run a second one. Yeah. So then that way, and then that will generate your research, and you use your research to really dive into, okay, who's my audience? And then that will help dictate your title that you want. So you kind of got an idea of a title already, but listen, go through the lessons in module 3 and the title workshops after you run your customer research, and then just kind of think about your title and how that lines up with what we recommend, because it's your title and your subtitle both. Okay, so that's going to be kind of your next big step, is to run your customer research, really read it, review it, understand it, and then work on your title and subtitle. And then once that's complete, which we should meet again at that point to talk about your title and your subtitle, and then you would start to move forward with your outline. Okay. Hmm? Correct. It'll give you the option to run a second one. So this one, once you run it, it'll stay in the tool. And then if you run a second one, then you'll have two, and there'll be a little button at the top that'll allow you back and forth between the different versions. So you'll have like generation one, generation two. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, and then once you're done with your research, then you can move on to the book outline step. Okay. And that'll be your big next step, is creating your outline. Um, and we can talk about that more, next time we meet, but the lessons will walk you through that as well. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, you can. So once your reports are generated, keep working through, go back to the beginning of module 3 and just work through those lessons, and it'll walk you through step by step. But we ideally want to meet, I would say sooner versus later, because I know let's see, you probably have, let's see. So yeah, so you've got a couple options. We can talk. So what I'm going to recommend, when do you leave for your trip? Okay. So let's go back to the publishing. This will all save in the tool. So as you're adding your ASINs, this will all save. Okay. So you'll come back and you'll be able to just continue on where you left off. Let's go back to the Publishing Accelerator dashboard, and let's go look at my calendar, because I'm hoping we can get you in right before your trip. So go down to the next one. There you go. That should be it. Okay. So if you scroll up to contact your coach, right there, go back down a little bit. Right there in the middle, contact your coach. Click on that. Scroll down. There should be, below that, there should be a calendar. Yeah, book a one coaching call. Got in the middle. Below that. There you go. Click on that. Oh, I don't know why that big X is there, but go ahead and scroll down. Why is that not pulling up? Okay, scroll back up. What's that? Oh, there it is. I don't know why it was showing up like that before. All right, yeah, click on that. Click on the one on, yes, up above. Yeah, where my name is. That should be a link. Oh no, I'm sorry. Go down to where it says show all. Down at the bottom there. There you go. Okay, now scroll down. All right, so tomorrow's too soon. Do you leave on the 23rd? Uh, what time do you leave? Do you leave early? Yeah, I agree. So if you can make 11:30 work, let's do that. And you can click that. Yeah, outline's fine. Yeah. Actually, customer research and book title would probably be good. Well, then we'll talk about the outline too, but let's say customer research and book title. You can just put, you can put NA, you can fill it if you want, it's up to you. It'll make you put something in there. Go grab it, it's fine. I got a couple minutes. Okay. So you can just put NA or you can put TBD or something in there if you don't want to fill it out. Because it will require something. And then same with the attachment, just put NA. You don't have to actually put anything. There you go. And then just click that and you should be able to schedule. Scroll up and yeah, it should give you like a confirmation. I got the confirmation. So I got it. So you should scroll back up and see if there's anything above there that we're just not, yeah, there you go. So you can add it to your calendar. Okay, as long as you remember, it's whatever works for you. Okay, so next steps, get your customer research done, work on your title, go through the lessons in module 3. And if you're ready to move forward with your outline before we meet, you can. Otherwise, we'll go over what you've done and then you can start working on your outline. But knowing that you're trying to get out of town and stuff, if you want to start on your outline, then we can talk about your outline as well. But just make sure you're watching the lessons and following along. And then you should be good to go. All right. Feeling. Yeah, good. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Well, nice to meet you. All right. See ya. Thanks. Bye.
Recording stopped.